Hey YouTube, PD Two Finger here, and just a quick update. If you've been following along, the motherboard that I had said was not compatible with Windows 10. I installed Windows 7 on it, and it's working. So we did a Windows 7 Service Pack 1 update. And after that, it wanted to do quite a few updates, which took about 3 or 4 hours of updating. It was 58 Windows updates. 3 of them did not install. And those 3 were dated 2019 and 2020. It's just odd that they didn't install. And I'm trying to think, when did Microsoft cease support for Windows 7? That was 2020? That was this year sometime? Was it last year? It's just odd because one of the updates was dated 2020, so that must mean it was sometime in 2020. Anyway, it's working. I got audio out of the EMU 404. Glorious audio. I played a YouTube video.
January 14th, 2020.
Threw my arms up into the air. Hooray for me. And so thank you. And now I'm installing Spitfire Labs, which is, the downloads come in at 1 Mbps. It's a slow server. And I've just had a heck of a time with installing that. Like, you'll install them and a lot of them won't work. And then you've got to find where they are in 2 locations, delete those, reset that sound set in the master software, and then redo the download. So I'm going to be redoing what I worked on for the past 2 weeks, which is it's a real lot of installation. It's Zebra 2, Hive, Iris 2, Diva, and then Amplitude, Bias Effects, TH, U, and a bunch of other guitar cabinet simulation and amplifier simulation VSTIs. So that computer, praying that it's going to be stable. There was one blue screen when it tried to install a Windows update, and did the blue screen. I went into safe mode and I saw a Windows message I have never seen before. It said a Windows update failed to install. How about that? That's a first. And then it said, we're working on it now. Don't shut your computer off. Okay. Let it sit. So yeah, we were up all night babysitting this computer, and then I got up this afternoon. I slept in and turned it on and downloading more stuff. So yeah, it's been an exciting couple of weeks. It's a monumental amount of work. Recording an album by yourself, getting all the gear set up, going in with nothing, putting together drum parts, recording tracks, mixing it. Typically, I spend 2 or 3 days on a song. So you do the math. You know, last year's it was only nine songs. 3 times 9. So yeah, it's like a month. But this year with the setting up 3 computers, basically, is what it was. And then finding out that they're unstable or there's issues, hardware issues. I had one, was it the RAM or the RAM socket? Probably the RAM. And going through that process, this monotonous kind of stressful, like you're installing this thing, it's taking forever, and you're like, is it gonna work? So it's been this year was exceptionally challenging, and it's a monumental amount of work going in. Like, it especially messes with me because I listened to the last stuff that I did, especially like the first stuff, like that, the one that I did in 2018. Minor technical difficulties. I'm just like, oh my god, how could I ever top some of the playing on that and the songwriting? But I am gonna do it. I'm gonna stick to it. I've got a plan. I've even got a title. How do you like that? No material, but I've got a title. And that's the huge part of it. The one year I really wanted to name it Black MIDI. I really wanted to name it Black MIDI. And then there's a band called Black MIDI that's a really cool band. So I couldn't. If the band was annoying, it wasn't high pedigree, there probably would be Petey Two Finger album or song cycle with the title of Black MIDI. Alas, the band is a very good band, so no. Black MIDI's kind of weird. It's weird. It's kind of very millennial. The guys in it are really kind of weird guys. Drummer's amazing. Drummer is that guy a great drummer. He looks more like a hip hop guy with that. I don't know what you call that. Is that just dreads? Where it looks like your head exploded and a bunch of springs shot out of it. But man, is that guy an unbelievable drummer. And Black MIDI, not an album title. Should I tell you the title of the new thing? I don't know. I guess I should wait.
You could tell me when you're not rolling.
Yeah. So everything's coming together on my end. I had made some videos where I was like kind of complaining, and I was just like down in the dumps, letting you guys know what's going on here, because I do that. I update people about what's going on in my life here. Oftentimes there won't be a video for a couple days, and there'll be a bunch of videos. So yeah, it's nothing really worth bragging about. Actually, this is really embarrassing, going through this level of fuckery and time wasting. But when you do stuff on no budget, you got to be ready. If I'm buying everything used, getting stuff from Goodwill, having people drop junk off here, you can't beat yourself up when you end up with a rotten egg. They can't all be wieners. So, such is life, and the important thing is that I pick myself up and move on and get the work done. So, it'll be interesting. The ideas that I have, if I can implement them, because see, that's the problem with me. Anytime I get an idea and I hear something in my head, what ends up on the tape, and I realize that's not the right word, is completely different of my original idea. So I think I need to really focus on accomplishing that goal and take a completely different approach. And that means that I have to be really open-minded and resist the urge to just do what I normally do. If I want this thing to really be different, that means I have to make it different, and I can't do one piece and then go, okay, I'm going to go back to my regular songwriting thing. But then at the same turn of the screw, I almost think that it should be balanced, that I should have some of that, the traditional songwriting style that I normally write in. There should be some of that music in there. It should balance itself out. Yeah. So we'll see how it all comes together. I think I'm excited. What will tip it all off and send me into ecstasy is this machine being stable, having Zebra 2 and Spitfire Labs functioning. Everything else after that, I mean, all of that other guitar software and bass software, it's almost unnecessary. I don't need it. Last year, all of the bass was done through a Zoom B2, going out of the B2 stereo into the interface. And I've listened to it. It sounds fantastic. The basses sound great on it, especially on track 3, which is my favorite track on the album. It's called Rocking Chair. I really love that track. It makes me cry. So yeah, it's all good. And I'll see you guys later tonight. Tune into the Rob Fetters live stream. I'll see you.